Ooh, I even have buttons for this now. You guys ready? My videos can now start like this. Ooh, spooky. And then I can go straight into the thing, and I can push a button at the end of the video. I'm all ready for this. It's gonna be exciting. Alright. So, let's check what we got going on with free to play. Ugh. I did most of my stuff earlier. Oh, there. Let's claim some stuff. More Emma. Is she unlocked yet? Oh, come on. Give me those 10. I mean, AIM is red there. She can technically... What's up, Ryan? She can technically get a little bit more... just to spend for Emma. And anyone else needs some work? Assaulter's pretty much done. Shuri is tech, but blue tech, so that's fine. Evening, Chris. Just trying to spend a little bit of gold. There's usually like a character I can rank up or something for some gold. I'm 10 shards away. Oh, that one. That's not enough. That makes me sad. Up, just started. Well, just started day 2. Is there anything else I want to do with that early video? All my videos are going to be released at 3, unless I make them while I stream, and then they'll be a little bit later. I've added some new stuff to my stream deck, because I have this totally cool toy called a stream deck that lets me do plenty of stuff. For example, I have sound buttons at 1 push.
Wait, how can you be semi-perfect? You're either perfect or you're not me. There's no gray area.
And I just never use them because I have this awesome toy. And then I talked to Valley a little bit. He's like, dude, just do everything through Stream Deck. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you could like you can make like specific like codes and everything to like start videos. I'm like, that's amazing. Nice, Chris. Even Tony was here, so usually trying to catch up on this. That DB video is exactly what I expected. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. BW, I don't know what you mean by that. There was no connotation at all in your words. That was exactly what I expected. Like, exactly as terrible or exactly as Tony. Like, I don't know what you mean. Hopefully it was informational, and whether or not it was good information for you, hopefully you could see that it was good information for somebody, so you might share those with everybody else. So I did my war attacks. I don't care about Blitz. Let's go. Let's go straight into DD2. It was expected. Ah, there's the quotes. Thank you, Tin. So, should I save my red star to get 4 or 5s or spend them on 1, 2, 3 red stars? Honestly, buy 1, 2, or 3 red stars on any character that's like part of a good team, you know? But don't buy them on like Kree characters. Only on like good characters like Asgardians. This way, you're always going towards a higher upgrade as you pull your red star orbs. At right now, it's not really more beneficial. It's kind of the same thing with everything in the game. Wider is better, but there is a time to switch gears. Like, you know, like if you're driving in the snow, you have to drive at a lower gear or slower unless you have a car that can handle the traction. Same thing with your account. Until your account can handle like the effort it's going to take to save up 150 credits to go from 4 to 5 or 50 credits to go from 3 to 4, it's better to get a little bit of a boost, 5-10% damage boost on a lot of characters and then move on. So IW, Star-Lord, SS, Hela, and Minerva are good. Scientist Supreme is... So, Scientist Supreme is adequate, right? So, okay. You have Star-Lord feeding energy to Minerva, and as you've seen from the first day, it's helped. Hela's and Minerva work well together. Greg works well together. Invisible Woman is an, oh no, I'm gonna die, push this button and no one dies, so awesome. Scientist Supreme is just there for two things. The emergency, I need to get rid of these buffs, and her basic. Basically, if you ever use her ultimate, you're pretty much gonna lose. Because all your characters are gonna get debuffed. That said, she's totally reasonable. The problem with Scientist Supreme is there's no reason to have a Gear Tier 13 Scientist Supreme. You know what I mean? At the same argument, there really is no reason to have a Gear Tier 13 Star-Lord except for this, but that kind of thing. Oh, Symbiote Spider-Man? Your team is great, King Mystic, and I respect everything you do. I'm sorry. Your team is great. Do everything you want. If I had IW, I would have put her in over Carnage, but I messed up on IW. Kick character ability, it swaps speed effects for killing Greg, hence the opposite. Oh, nice. I like that. That'd be fun. Phoenix is absolutely needed for the global nodes. I can't imagine the pain of not having her. Oh, yeah. Dude, that video is coming out on Thursday, I think, the Phoenix video, and that's literally what I say. I'm like, dude, you literally can't do Phoenix on the global nodes in DD3. They designed the nodes to make it harder for Phoenix and impossible without her. Even regular Dark Dimension 2 is totally beatable without characters like Minerva or Maw or Phoenix. Like, now. But at the time, you were just banging your head against the wall if you tried to do that. So let's go straight into this fight. This power armor doesn't counter Red Skull. They can punch up, but the up is different. Like, they need a lot of tier 4s to be able to beat that team. And honestly, some ISO 8s now. But they do punch across. They will stick the offense down, which means you could kill Red Skull if you time it right. But other than that, it's questionable. I did the DD2 with the symbiotes. Oh, yeah. My roommate used just the 3 symbiotes with Minerva and Shuri. And, like, the 3 symbiotes, like, outlived Shuri and Minerva and completed all the nodes. It takes a little getting used to. And obviously, the issue isn't using good teams. The issue is how much did you spend to get any number of symbiotes up. Because that's a lot of bio gear. And even if you do Dark Dimension 1, you're not getting enough bio gear to support 3 bio characters, let alone 3 bio characters that all need the same unique, etc. So it's worthwhile. It's just an issue of, like, realism. Let's go in. What if they incorporate something like a character... What? Oh, you had Anti-Venom too? I was just talking about the 3 core symbiotes. I wasn't even talking about the full symbiote team. Yeah, I do my Dark Dimension 2 run. I have it under an hour, but I'm using, like, SSM, Black Bolt, Maw, Thanos, and Star-Lord, actually. Star-Lord's feeding energy to Black Bolt. Thanos is feeding energy to Black Bolt. SSM is the other guy who's making sure Thanos isn't giving them energy, and then Maw is just there for a nerdle. And then these guys counter. Get out of here, Crossbones. Okay, I don't think I can... Okay, so I can stun lock him. So let's try it. I'm not sure where the cooldowns are. Star-Lord's focus sucks. Try that again. How long is Legendary Rotation? About 112 days now, until Nick Fury is removed. Like, if you, like, for example, if you didn't get, who was this last Legendary? Who just came out? Star-Lord? If you didn't get Star-Lord, you have just about 3 months. Star-Lord really wants that 71? Yeah, he does. Yeah, so you're about 3 months away. So what is it? It's October, so November, December, January. Around this time in January, you'll see Star-Lord again. That they could change it, but that's the general consensus. All right, let's get rid of you. Really? Yeah, exactly. You'll have, if you, like, that's the beautiful thing about the Sinister Six unlocking 2 legendaries. You'll always get one. Oh. Alright. Now watch as I try to make him dodge it and he gets the energy. Yeah. Yeah, last night we were trying to get him to dodge, to take the energy, and he was dodging it all day. The Sinister Six deal is one-time offer, whether you buy it or not. It's it's up all the time, but it's $24.99 for that offer. Let's get you out of here. Punch. Punch, punch. Punch. Boop. And punch, 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 punch. Kill Greg, kill Greg, kill Greg. Ah. So the trick to the Deadpool thing is to stun lock them. Like, stun lock them with Symbiote Spider-Man and his extend. Or use Carnage to get rid of his, oh, kill her. Kill her. Or use Carnage to get rid of, what's it called? Yo, this Greg is just eating it. The debuffs. If you're using this comp. This Greg is loving hanging around my Star-Lord, too. So, check this out. So this Deadpool is slow. So I'm going to stun him. Then we're going to put a Disrupt on Hulk. Try to get Hulk down. Here. Symbiote Spider-Man will take his turn. And now I do this, extend the stun on this Deadpool, so this Deadpool literally can't do anything for the entire fight. And I'll probably try to... like, the blinds don't matter where they go, it's just about giving energy. Now, this special can rip the debuffs off of him if need be. There is no need right now because he's stunned forever, so you should be okay. Nice hostile target. We'll do this. That might do something. Stop dodging, you nerd. Let's do this. Control some turn rewind. Did he dodge it? I hate you. I hate you so much. Alright. I don't think I could do enough damage to this Deadpool, so let's try to take this one out, because these guys are going to go down soon. You need a 5-star Loki and Hela? I don't have a 5-star. Oh, you mean for Black Bolt, that's true. When he's stunned, he won't heal on his turn, so that's why as long as you can control his stun, you'll be okay. Even, like, now. Like... I've stunned him long enough that, like, it was kind of a waste to do that, but has exactly 30k power. That's funny. Let's kill Hulk. Please die. Nice, Paul. And now the only threat left up is Groot. Hulk's not going to survive this turn. Like, he's got too many bleed stacks. This is just for the energy. Unfortunately, I have to stun Groot here to prevent, like, him removing buffs. Deadpool is not a threat. This fight's pretty much academic now. Black Bolt is coming next. Legendaries, I think, between Black Bolt right now. No need to use that here. It's basic. Nice, Chris. I had that feeling when I beat DD3 the first time, too. I was like, yay! I don't want to do it anymore. Should kill him. Don't res, you piece of shit. Ugh. Garbage. Garbage. What counters symbiotes on war defense? They should be really easy to beat on war defense because you just kill anti-venom. I haven't really run into too many issues with seeing symbiotes on war defense. X-Men will beat them. Brotherhood will beat them. Don't res again. Okay, cool. Yeah. Once you kill anti-venom, Scream will die on her own because, you know, someone walked near her. And then you kill Carnage, and then Symbiote Spider-Man's too easy to control. No, Greg. I actually don't use Sinister. Oh, never mind. I thought we were replacing it. Yeah, no, that's totally reasonable. And you can replace Shuri for Ultron. You can replace Shuri for Ultron for DD3 on 1 or 2 different nodes. Like, if you really need to get Iron Fist down on node, what is it, 7? You can do that, but... So we're gonna do that. And hopefully we can extend this. Supernatural is just really good at countering a lot of stuff. I kind of should have extended there. So... that was me making a mistake. Yeah, I should have extended there. Oh well. It's not like this Deadpool is going to kill anybody. Let's get some energy out. Just got to be a little patient now. Isn't it funny that Supernatural ends up countering most teams in the game now? Just like... or some combination of Supernatural characters. You're dead. Alright. Boop. Boop. Unfortunate timing on the stun. Man, my timing on these stuns is pretty heinous. Most likely next legendary character in MODOK or Blade? I have no opinion on that. Yeah. Yeah, if in the previous day there was just a slight unfortunate turn of events that led to a Deadpool ult killing my Minerva. Tier 4, did I put it in Doc-Ock? All of them. I put all tier 4s in Doc-Ock. Because whatever character he summons also gets the tier 4s he has. So my Doc Ock summons a Shocker with full tier 4s, which is pretty reasonable. If you're not at the point where you can afford to put all 4 tier 4s in Doc Ock, then Doc Ock doesn't make too much of a difference for your team. I've beaten the, like, if you have a 300 or less K Sinister Six team, like, the defenders can beat them. You know, like, it's crazy. Yes, the old Red Skull. Special first, though. For Doc Ock, doesn't really matter. The special doesn't bring the character to 7774. It just makes the special on the character 7774. So it doesn't make too much of a difference. Greg, you greedy piece of shit. Doc's my guy to bring up. I'll get him all soon. That's fair. Yeah. And also, like, as strong as Doc Ock is, you still need the rest of those guys to be, like, reasonable, too. So, like, I have an 80k Doc Ock, and all the rest of that team is not 80k, so it kind of hurts. I might have to re-roll this. Oh my god. Dude, Greg. Fuck off of Star Wars, please. Which 6 you leave out with Doc Ock? Depends on what you're trying to do. In general, Green Goblin doesn't make the cut. Like, in general, Green Goblin is one of the first ones I tend to remove. He does more damage than Vulture. Damage is not the reason you win those fights. Control is the reason you win those fights. Because every time Doc Ock takes a turn, he just ends up with nigh insurmountable heals and blocks and everything. So you control the fight until you can get going, and then Doc Ock really just keeps everybody maxed out. Greg dodged it. Thank you, Greg. Out of 10, how's the D? Well, first day I was able to get to node 10, and I was kind of tired, and everyone's like, just do the node. And I did it, and I was kind of like half-assing it, and Minerva died, so instead of restarting it, I just went through. Now we're done with node 10, and I really don't think I'll have any problems getting all the way to Ultron today. Like, too much, I have too much control. You could still use Goblin, but like on the team, but with Doc Ock, Goblin doesn't provide that team with any more or less value than anyone else. Goblin is like an auto remove, and because summoning Shocker ends up being better, removing Shocker is pretty reasonable. Because you don't have to invest in Shocker to get a maxed out value Shocker. Like, his special will give everybody, you know, offense up, and his ult will hit the most number of people for the highest technical amount of damage. So you remove those two, and then it's... I don't like to use Swarm, so I just don't use Swarm. Swarm is kind of important if you're using that team specifically to counter a different team. But and that team is the Marauders. But if that's the case, then it's not a big deal. Like, if you're already doing that, oh, Yondu, get out of here. I like using Swarm on aim too, man. I feel that. Bonk. Who does Swarm replace on aim monstrosity? Yeah, because Swarm's an AoE damage dealer. So if you take Swarm off if you take monstrosity off, at least you get an AoE damage dealer. Let's spread the blind. Perfect. Turn rewind. Perfect. Alright. Bonk. Let's keep fighting. Energy. Best Zemo team? For what? That's my video tomorrow. The Zemo Hydra team. The best Zemo team, like, there's the team you can use, and then there's the best version of the team. But really, Zemo's not great at a lot of stuff. He's good for PvP. He has some splash value in a couple of nodes, but I think people oversold Zemo a little bit. For war? Well, it's funny. Zemo's actually just better on his own than putting characters in, but I use the full Hydra, the full offense Hydra team, so Crossbones, Winter Soldier, and Grenadier, but I actually use Gamora as my fifth, because she will clean up the characters and trigger more Red Skull pops. Hydra's really good to kill actual Coulson shield too if you have the right investment in them, because you can time it and you can ability block the right characters. It's pretty reasonable. Killmonger's place to give them some purpose in war. I don't know if I'd be more like, I would actually be less afraid of a Zemo Hydra defense, because then I would just kill Red Skull first. You know, like you lose all of the immortality of Red Skull when you put another character in there, so. This guy's got too much health. God, this guy's taking no damage on cooldown. I wonder if my 72k Ravager Bruiser will be this tanky. He won't. I meant the Wakandans. Oh yeah, that's totally fine. On the Wakandans, that's totally more reasonable. You're right. Honestly, I would probably use him on the Wakandans too. Right now, my Wakandans are paired with Ultron. The rest of my Wakandans. Why won't you die? Why isn't the next wave dropped? Why don't I have other things to kill? Oh god, I forgot. It's everything. Rifle Trooper, Armored Guard. iPhone. We'll do this first to get some health down. And then we will stun him. Should have stunned Hydra Trooper, but I don't think it matters too much. On him. Dude, stop hanging around Star-Lord. He doesn't want to deal with you. Dodge it. Good job, Greg. Dodging that energy. Does anyone have a counterattack up? Nope. Okay. Look at all these misses. It's a beautiful day. Fine. Greg is in love with Star-Lord. He does a pretty decent job of dodging those things. So let's see where he goes. Alright, cool. That's fine. You can hang out there for a minute. Good timing. I look at, like, Carnage and Greg are, like, almost perfectly synced up sometimes. You could just watch. Haha, he still killed Greg. That was the plan, nerd. Look, they're there. You can just zoom in on that all day. Who's good to pair with Hela, Loki, and Thor? Captain Marvel. Let's get rid of all those buffs. And then let's stun him again. I just don't want Red Skull here anymore. Hulk would be okay? Yeah, Hulk would be fine. Yeah. Oh. Hulk's fine. Hulk gives a little bit extra juice. See, this node, there's nobody I have to control. You know, it's just like guys that are gonna die. Oh, more turn meter. Thanks for the turn meter. Hit. Yes. Alright, there's no reason to use her spread there. Like, these guys are gonna peter out real soon, so... Take your turn, Yondu. You know you want to. Now we just button mash the basic. Yeah. Yeah, but, like, at the end of the day... That's a good pairing for those characters while you wait, but, like, don't invest in Cap and Hulk. They're not good. Alright, let's do this. Who do we stun here? Let's stun the far armored guard. And let's disrupt this one. Never mind. Who is the slowest? You are the slowest. Sweet. Let's put some bleeds on you. Bonk. Let's extend this. And everyone is blind. Cool. Neither of them has the job of doing damage. Yeah. Yeah, you're at that point you're just leaning into Thor. So it doesn't actually matter how strong or how weak they are. You just really want Thor to do the most work. It is what it is. Bonk and bonk. Who's not blinded? You're not blinded. Bonk. The only person he hit with his 5% accuracy was Greg. Thanks. Yeah, or you can work on a bio character that isn't Hulk. So, you know, you could take your chances on figuring out a way to make Hulk not suck, or you can work on one of the 36 bio characters that already don't suck. Yeah, and even then, that's all that is a war defense team that you put in there so you can set and forget. Oh god, She-Hulk is terrible too. Alright, let's get you out of here. Let's blind you. Never mind. We didn't want to blind you. That was a trap. Let's stun you. Days played? I don't know. I have no idea. Days played on this account. No idea. I know I'm about like a month behind where I should be, but I'm a month ahead of where I planned on being. So I planned on being 10-month Ultron. I'm going to have Ultron in like today or tomorrow. So I said 10 months. We are in 9 months. So extrapolate the math as you will. What do you think about Graviton? Good character. Kind of you need him on his team because the AIM team without Graviton is pretty useless. But he's not really good outside of his team. I like his kit. I like what he does. But ultimately, he's okay. Well, She-Hulk being slow is great in the idea that she's a tank, and slow tanks are great. The problem is, she's not even a good tank. She's just not a good character. You know? That's it. Unfortunate, but true. She-Hulk taunt comes later than it should. That's true of a lot of people, man. A lot of people don't taunt at the time that they're supposed to. Gotta have bad characters to have good characters. No, you can have okay characters. And, like, characters... So that there's a difference between making a bad character and a character becoming less useful. So, like, Night Nurse is an example of a character that was good and is no longer good. You know what I mean? Like, Night Nurse used to be awesome, and then she wasn't awesome anymore. And that's pretty much it. Like, that's how Night Nurse went around. And now, she's not a bad character, it's just the game has gone way behind. Want to build a team around Miles? Miles is a good splash character because he gives you control in the fight. You wouldn't necessarily build a team around him. You can put him on the teams that he fits on, but he's just kind of like a good control character for once you figured out who your damage and healers are. Has DD2 been easy for it? Yeah, I've been kind of walking through it. The only trouble I had at all was yesterday, and I was just too tired to try to re-roll it. So I was like, nope, we're good. We're done here. Would this be going better if you had IW instead of Carnage? I don't know. There's I probably wouldn't have died yesterday when I did, but also I was gonna quit yesterday anyway. So that when I died, I did an extra node. I was like, I don't want to do this, but I will. And then the character died because I was kind of half-assing it. Because I wanted to do at least 2 or 3 days of this. So when are Black Bolt and Phoenix? Phoenix just passed, so we're a ways away from Phoenix. Black Bolt, I think we should be getting Black Bolt. December? That sounds about right. The Deadpool node? The Deadpool node was easy. I had control of the Deadpool node until one thing happened. It just a very bad timing of lineup where someone hit my Minerva and she had slightly less hit points than anybody else. And as a result of it, the Deadpool ult killed her. But that was, like, easy to control. We know when to expect Magneto. I swear Magneto after IW. He's 20 days away or so. Yeah, Magneto should be about after IW. Whee. They could change it. It could be Fury and then Magneto. You know, it's hard to predict. You have time if that's the question you want to know. Do I have time? Like you have almost a month or a month. Who's blinded? Anyone? Give it a shot. Ah, you're all blinded now, nerds. Have you seen symbiotes in DD3? Yeah, they're okay. They're like the three symbiotes. The three symbiotes. Symbiote, Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage can win every single DD3 fight. Every single one. So the full symbiote team has to be better, you know? Like, hi, Chris. 82 more Mystic Shards for a 5-star Magneto. 82 more, plus the 5 you're getting for free, plus a double drop that'll happen probably during the event. That's reasonable. You'll be okay. You think AV over Venom is good, aiming for 3? Me and Remen actually disagree on that. I think Venom is better. He says AV is better because of the defense up. I say the defense up doesn't matter that much. What does matter is the ability to remove taunt and stuff from characters, so I think Venom is better. But that's specifically for DD3, and honestly, like, it's called an embarrassment of riches when you have two amazing choices and you have to make like one of them. Like, there's no wrong choice. It's just like percentage better. Yeah, I one shot. Like, dude, I added a character whose only job was to beat up was to be the guy who took damage instead of them, and then I added Venom and it was like, oh, this is easy. Yeah, Venom's passive is slower than anti-Venom, so, but it does happen. When you have like 30 alien spores? Yeah, but like, you're not gonna, you have 30 alien spores now, so you have a choice now. And really, flip a coin. It won't matter. Because you're not gonna not bring up the other one. Do you know what I mean? Like, you that's not an option for you. You're not like, which one, and then the other one doesn't get to be gear tier 13 or 14. So, like, just flip a coin. Hell is 39 of 80, hoping a 3-year by the end of the week. Think I'll be able to get Phoenix this go around? Well, Phoenix, like, just passed, right? So, yeah, you absolutely will be able to get Phoenix in 90 plus days. AV and Venom over Scream. I would put either of them over Scream. Scream is completely useless in Dark Dimension 3. Unless you have the full team, then go nuts. Scream gets one hit. Like, one shot. 110k. Black Bolt should be coming back in December. Yeah, like, all my symbiotes are gear tier 14 except Scream, because I'd still rather not use... I'd rather put Doc Ock in over Scream. That's true, like, 100%. I would much rather have Doc Ock on that team than Scream. And honestly, like, she just never gets hit points, so... I don't want to do any of this. Alright, never mind. He killed Greg. She-Hulk. Would I say what would you use? I wouldn't, because She-Hulk's useless. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that's the answer I gave. But it is the most honest answer I could give. Realistically, though, healer or striker. Like, if you're gonna waste ISO 8s on her, I might as well give you a decent answer. Healer or striker is probably okay. Does she assist? I always forget. Yeah, the Fantastic Four with She-Hulk is not a war defense team. And it's definitely not better than the Fantastic Four with Namor as a war offense team. Oh, Steven hit the... Steven, I'm gonna read that out loud. She-Hulk is great. It's nice to have a character on my roster that I have zero set temptation of putting resources into. Yep. Accurate. Steven, that was perfect. She's Nebula Part 2. That's not true. At least she's kind of okay. Like, her kit's okay. It's just... The problem is, She-Hulk is supposed to make Team X a defense team, which is the Fantastic Four, and you don't want to use Team X as a defense team. So, she needs to make them so insanely good at defense to justify that, and she doesn't. You gonna do another with the updated? Yeah. The next video, so I have Red Skull, Hydra is coming out tomorrow, then Phoenix, and then I think Saturday I'll probably well, this weekend is supposed to be the Strike Time or the Stonk Time video, and then next week I'm gonna do Black Order, basically all the teams that we should have had the ability to farm but don't. Those guys. Aww. I'll just basic. Shonk. Bye, Cap. Yeah. Now that, well, again, like I said, for a long time I refused to do a team review video until the team became farmable, because one of the things I wanted to talk about with people was how to access the characters. It is hard for me to justify... Like, let me put it to you like this. We know Symbiote Spider-Man is a milestone character. Where does Venom, Anti-Venom, and Scream have to go? Where do Anti-Venom and Scream have to go in order for you to no longer consider them exclusively, like whale characters? You know, if they go into Doom nodes... Or, like, look at Hela. You could talk all day about how good Hela is. But the truth is, it's 6 months before the average player will be able to farm Hela. And that's the average player. This has nothing to do with spending. This has nothing to do with anything else. That's a fact. So, saying Hela's great, and then explaining that this is a good early game team or a good late game team... It all depends on how early the access to those characters are. So for Symbiote... I'm not even paying attention in this node. I'm so sorry, Dark Dimension 2. I disrespect you too much. So, like, to talk about the symbiotes, what you really need to know is how early you're going to get them. Because you're not going to start... If Anti-Venom is, like, a War Store character, and Scream is, like, the end of Doom Campaign 2, you know? If that's what happens, then... Like... Is that an early game team? No, it's not. It's a late game team. Feel free to spend as much money as you like to you know, get them higher, but they're still gonna just be a late game team, and that's that. Any idea what Black Order members next farmable? I actually don't. I was shocked to see that's the middle finger to new players. Any more or less so than the that's not the middle finger to new players. The middle finger to new players is Black Order. It's the only legendary that you require a legendary to get. And you can't work on either steps towards that legendary to get the Black Order. And if you did, you still couldn't farm Thanos, you know? So to me, the Black Order is the biggest middle finger to newer players. But then again, you have to remember, just because you started playing the game doesn't mean you're entitled to have access to the endgame characters. Like, no matter how you want to slice it, Hela is a mid to end game character. She's not an early game character. The fact that I have a Hela because of circumstances benefited me more than it benefited any single person who got her afterwards, you know? So you can't just say, like Hela, you know, like, farm all of the Asgardians on day one. There was probably a really good reason for a bunch of people who got a free Hela to work on the Asgardians. But I'm telling you, most of the people who worked on the Asgardians didn't get Hela and to Hela fast enough to get Black Bolt in a reasonable time anyway, so what does it matter? You think CM will stay in her current node? So a couple months ago, I was telling people, like, CM's going on a node. She is always going to be on a node. She just won't stay on her current node. CM is incredibly devalued. She's still good, but she's only good up to a certain point in the game anyway. So, how am I be giving away the account? I have decided how. And the entering has actually already started. And I'm not telling people how. Don't kill her. I swear to God. Is there a counter to every team in this game? Yes. There's multiple counters to every team in this game. Wah! Oh, she was blinded. This is the second time I've done that exact thing. This is the second time I've ulted with her being blinded. Who's blinding? Oh, Star-Lord. Get rid of him. I don't want to deal with that idiot ever again. Pyro? Yeah, exclamation Pyro. What's the best positioning for Brotherhood 2.0? Juggernaut, Blob, Magneto, Toad, Pyro. Or Juggernaut, Blob, Toad, Magneto, Pyro. Either of those are acceptable. This legendary pass, I'm getting IW, Shuri, Black Bolt, Magneto, and Phoenix. I, too, am getting all of those legendaries. Actually, I'm not getting all of those legendaries. Somebody is getting all of those legendaries. This account is getting all of those legendaries. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, he's not gonna hide anymore. Can't you make a push for Maw Henry? Got enough time for Karnak? Ugh. Yeah, but would you say this is the best team for DD2? The best team for DD2? No. No. I'd replace Carnage with IW. I've always planned on giving this account away when I was finished because I've proven the point. The point I made at the beginning of this account is proven. People have taken to it and succeeded, and therefore I have put my money where my mouth is, and I have made in turn. Would the odds Symbiote be needed for next legendary? 0%, because the next legendary is unlocked by Quantum, or Pimtech is the name they've chosen for that team. So 0.00%. 0.0000%. Repeating. I actually can do account giveaways. I totally can do an account giveaway. Yeah. And I will. And I am. Put your money where your mouth is on free-to-play account? Yeah. Well, the next account we're running is somewhere between $50 and $60. Everyone says no? Okay. Everyone says no, then. You are talking to somebody who's bought and sold more Marvel Strike Force accounts than I think in this game. How much is Carnage doing for you in this run? He really only shined in one game mode. In one thing. He shined against Deadpools. But again, I would put IW in this fight in a heartbeat. And honestly, if I had Emma, I'd put Emma in over Carnage too. What power symbiotes would I need for Nexus 8-6? Oh, I don't even know the beginning of that question. Full symbiote team for Nexus 8-6? Ooh. Couldn't tell you. Probably cheap. Symbiotes are really good at surviving. But again, remember, Scream is useless. Oh, that actually answers the question. You can't. Will running the core Wave 1 Avengers with Nerva be a successful run? No. What war team should I work on for the best value in war for the 8 attacks? The first teams you should work on for war are teams that are good on offense and defense. So, like, as Guardians, they're a great offense team, and then eventually you can move them into a defense team. And that gives you double value, so you're not, like, working on a defense team that's not helping you in war. So, like, as Guardians would be an example of one of those teams. You know, Marauders would be a good team to work on. It's quite a few, the more I think about it. AIM's an okay team. AIM's an okay team, but the problem is AIM is okay in war. Like, you're never gonna have a 250k AIM team and someone's gonna, like, first of all, on defense, you're never gonna see a 200 or 300 or 400k AIM team and be like, oh no, how do I beat them? You know? But AIM's a great team to get to like 100 or 150k. Supernatural's really good. Forgot Defenseless is on YouTube. Nice. Maw's so totally easy to get. But again, most of the characters you have to work on. What is your charter wish list for this game? Oh, you have to watch my YouTube for that, or my regular stream for that, because it goes on forever. I will give them credit where credit is due. They have done quite a bit of good work in this game over the last year, but there's always room for improvement. Do you have unlimited attacks in DD2? You go until your characters are dead. And then you can have them. I didn't mention anybody. I'm getting every legendary in my second pass. Nice. Nice, Dan. Yeah. Womp womp. Womp womp. Boop. And boop. And boop. Can't be countered. Greg gets countered. Turn meter rewind. And now we just nerd him down. Yeah. If you use Star-Lord, Minerva, and IW, the other two characters can literally be anybody, and you will be able to complete Dark Dimension 2 with ease. With ease. I don't have IW, so I'm lucky that I had access to a couple of these characters. But if I did have IW, it wouldn't necessarily have mattered if I had Hela or Symbiote Spider-Man. If it was Shuri instead of IW? Yeah, no. Yeah, Shuri and IW don't do the same thing. Plus, that's 3 tech characters. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare to mess with those guys. Nice, John. Yeah, but Karnak drop rate is terrible. Honestly, it just sucks that Yo-Yo's a premium character. Because, like, if you had an option between Yo-Yo or Karnak, you wouldn't get Karnak, you know? I don't know how to properly use IW's Bending Light. Is that the flip? It's a buff flip. You just use it when everyone's, I always forget what the name of her attacks are. But you use it when your characters are, like, heal blocked or something, or blinded. You just sandbag it. Ugh, goddamn. It's a better grind. Blitz events are Cosmic Prestige characters in Marvel Heroes. Cosmic Prestige characters in Heroes. And no regrets either. Like, not even pretending. Alright, well the bad news is he wasn't blinded. But the good news is, they all are now. Blob, Toads, Jugs, Minerva. That sounds fun. Blob, Toad, Jugs, Minerva. And Shuri? That sounds fun. Shuri... Sinister is better for the earlier node. Shuri you need for the heal block. On the Iron Fist node if things go south. You don't really need her, but that helps a lot. We're gonna have to re-roll this if she takes a turn for the... If she takes a tumble. Yeah. Is Emma better than IW? It's not better. Not better. They do different things. God damn it. I was like just dancing on the needle there. See, that's an example of a situation where having access to IW makes that more controllable. Because then I could just give her health and survive that. Is what it is. We'll do it again. As a rule, you average over the course of a week. If you farm a character every day for a week, you average about 300... no, I'm sorry, 300. I'm reading your text. You average about 21 character shards, so you get about 3 a day. Some days you get 0, some days you get 2, some days you get 6, some days you get 8, most days you get 2, and it averages to about 3 over the course of a week. Not every day, just averaging. So you do have to farm that character every single day, but... We're gonna save her ability. If I'm gonna stun somebody, it's gonna be Doctor Strange. And I could blind her. Ooh. Ooh. And we can spread the blinds. And that's why we timed that. for Shocker, it's for Shocker it's about 1,000. They tend to not do a holiday patch, just for the record. You can have your turn meter. The last patch of the year usually comes out with like 2 weeks left in January, and very little is done because they all take their vacation really early in December. There'll be like an event, there'll be something, but it won't be anything of note or consequence, really. If you were keeping this account, I don't know. I don't know, because the entire goal of this account was to get here. So saying if I was keeping this account, how long would it take is unfair question, because I never intended. Stop hitting Minerva. I never intended on having it happen. No, it's level 70 still. Stop hitting Minerva. This node, man. No, I expected 8 months. We are into the 8th month. I'm about a month further than I should be, considering I did everything with one purpose in mind. Was to build the widest possible roster I can and complete Dark Dimension 2. And now, I get 8 attacks in every war. You know, I am top 4 or 5 in my arena. In my raid. My arena, I don't particularly pay too much attention to. So... And I got unlucky with a couple of things, too. Friend of mine has suggested to fortify my symbiotes for raids. Seems like a good idea. If your symbiotes are so weak that they require fortifier, that means you're not ready for U7. You can. That's fine, but if your symbiotes are, if your team requires fortifier for you to enter U7, you're too weak to be doing U7. I assume he means put fortifier on them. That was my assumption, by the way. We're gonna hold this back again. No one got blinded? Alright, well. Just put that on her. Yeah. People following what I've been doing, but doing it like they actually cared, are having way better a time in this game than I am right now. But then again, I also have a main account that's, like, I have to maintain more often, so. Stop it. I do like heal around the symbiotes, too. It's pretty reasonable. Will you make a series for DD4 in my main? So Dark Dimension 2, when it came out, was like incredibly awesome and relevant to the game. Perfect. And we'll kill her, and this entire threat is over. Dark Dimension 3, I let other people deal with that, because Dark Dimension 3 isn't fun or exciting or, honestly, even very useful. Like, so when it comes to DD4, I will continue to do what I always do, which is kind of like evaluate if there's anything, evaluate if there's good advice that I can give, but if it ends up being the kind of same thing that the other ones were, I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah. Dark Dimension for... It's a lot of BioGear. It's not dumb to do it. But I just to let you know, I brought up Symbiote Spider-Man, and then a week later, I brought up Carnage, and then a month and a half later, after completing Dark Dimension 3, I brought up Venom and Anti-Venom, and I still can't bring up Scream to 14. And that's 14. So... If it comes to an issue... If there's, like, Don Satori is the guy I'm gonna go to when it comes to how to succeed at, like Dark Dimension or, like, Dutch Rudder, you know? Those are the guys that I'm gonna go out of my way to, like look into. To see, like, hey, I have this idea. Because those are the guys who have reasonable rosters and a good core understanding of the game. And that's what I respect. Because I've said it for a long time, I truly don't care for anybody who can do something with a 500 or 600k team. Or more importantly, it's not that I don't care for it, it's just I understand that information is not useful to me. And I don't think anyone else should have that kind of value because that information is there. Its entertainment value is incredibly high, but if your team isn't 500k, it doesn't matter if someone else has a 500k team. You know, like it makes no difference. Because if you can't get a team to 500k in a reasonable time frame, then the information that's presented to you is somewhat irrelevant. And I always make sure I say that too. Like, if I'm like, my team is 400k, I let you know that I'm using a team that is stronger, so please take it with a grain of salt. Let's do this. Boop, and boop, and boop. Does anyone here play Genshin Impact? So, my boy Darth Microtransaction does content for that game, right? And I watched it. I love his videos. I love him. And he's a specific kind of content creator. He's like, I spent $1,500 trying to get Diluc. And I'm like, cool. What I think a lot of people kind of skip is the fact that y'all don't need Diluc for literally anything in the game. Having him doesn't make anything like much easier or harder. And I do have Diluc, and I use him, and I can tell you from a guy who got Diluc randomly that yeah, he didn't improve what I was doing by much more than the other characters. Oh, yeah, if I wanted specific characters, you could just buy an account for literally no money. I'm gonna do this just to slow everybody. I could show you my war defenses. Everybody! Yes. Every time you kill Greg, an angel gets its wings. Gotta take you out. That didn't matter. Let's do this. How would you change your current team if you're planning on taking them to DD3 as well? I wouldn't take this team into DD3. That's not how this game works. You can't just work on one team and be like, and now they're there. I wouldn't take this team into DD3. I would take Minerva in. I would take Hela in. I would take Symbiote, Spider-Man, Carnage in. So that's fine. But, yeah, like, it's not how DD3 works. That's not how this game works. Do I still play WoW? Yes. What class and race? Every class, every race. On the Horde. But I main, depending on the expansion, Paladin or Orc Hunter. And my Paladin is a Night Elf. Or, sorry, Blood Elf. Ooh, sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry for saying that. You expected the Claymore people who sets fire with the guitar coming out? Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited about that, too. He's full human. Does oh, it's like my least favorite thing is someone who goes humans. I always buy the when a WoW expansion comes out, I always buy the collector's edition. I have a collector's edition right here on the floor. This is the last collector's edition. This is collector's edition of Battle for Azeroth. So I always wait, which is funny because when you buy the collector's edition, they don't give you a disc. They give you the code to download it. So I have to wait and not get any of the stuff. It just feels terrible, but whatever. Stun you. Let's do this. My first playthrough of WoW, I was Hunter. I played with Remen. Me and Remen played WoW in Classic together. There's no reason... Who is the most likely target for... Here, you. Perfect. Perfect. He's stunned, so I don't have to worry about the heal block. Everyone's blinded, so that's great. Let's take Mordo out. There's no reason to heal here. Would you still bring Star-Lord to DD2? No, Star-Lord did his job. Star-Lord, remember, not every character has infinite value. Star-Lord's job is to energy battery Minerva in this game mode. So the low cost of getting him to gear 13 was worth the value he's added into the game. Yeah, killing these two right now is totally worth it. The value he's added into the game, just there. And now I know I never have to touch him again. That might change in the future. I hope it changes in the future, but it's unlikely to. All right, how do I deal with this? So let's turn meter rewind. Let's do this. So if I stop playing, people really still play WoW. WoW is still the most popular MMO in the world. So it gets an update with the Ravager rework. I mean, I guess there's a chance, but I haven't seen one. Missed. How many days was it between hitting level 70? It was like 2 weeks. Things. I don't like it. So I know he's going to res somebody, and I'm afraid the character he's going to res is a second Ms. Marvel. So I don't want to deal with this. So I want to kill him as fast as possible. Or stun lock him out of the game is more realistic. Well, I mean, yeah, WoW is always kind of peaks and goes, but there's no game that's been as popular for as long as World of Warcraft. There are games that have been popular for a long time. There are games that are very, very popular. Like League of Legends has been popular for a good decade. You know, but is what it is. That's why everybody is always talking about the next MMO as if it's like, will this be the one to finally kill WoW? Like, yeah. That's why I always tell people the difference between a dead game and a game you don't play. People constantly confuse a dead game with a game that they're not currently playing. Yeah, it's not doing too great right now either, that's for sure. Like, I talk to people and they're like, Warframe's a dead game, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, that's why they're, that's why every year they're winning awards, right? And every like month and a half they come out with new stuff. Yeah, they're super dead. A dead game is a game that doesn't have growth. If no one's like starting to play the game, that's when it makes the game die. Well, it just sucks your life away. Yeah. Well, you know, depends on what you're doing. I haven't played WoW in a while. That's been a couple of months since I've subbed. But I always like to check out an expansion. I talk to my alliance. If my WoW, much like every other game, is better if you have people to play with, right? Like the better. I'm doing this to kill Doctor Strange. The better the people you have to play with, the more likely it is that you're gonna keep playing. So even games like this, maybe you don't have an IRL friend in here, but you build bonds and stuff with your alliance mates to some extent. And if you didn't have that, it'd be so much easier to quit this game. It's a tactic that games use. You'll see that like the idea of guilds or alliances is very prominent in games, especially mobile games, because you don't want to let your friends down, even though that's not it. Take it easy, Jaguar. Yeah, I'm just gonna end this. Alright, that Venom ain't gonna make it, dude. Oh, you can invest in Defenders all you want. You're not using my resources, right? You're not spending my resources in it. Diablo Mobile? I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna pretend I'm not gonna play it. But just like everything, every game has a price point. Oh, so for people asking the other day... Oh, it's called Marvel Avengers Alliance, and the game for Facebook, and it still is a... thank you. It still is a popular game. You just have to find it. It's called Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux. If you Google that, you'll find it. So is Galaxy here. There's no communication. Yeah, you're more likely to play a game if you have people to play with. And then more importantly, if some of your friends, MTG's mobile client got pushed out this year. Really? MTGA? Didn't see it. I wasn't even expecting it because MTGA is barely a playable client on my computer, you know? 2021? That's fair. Oh no, Minerva's not at full health. My favorite. Oh, so the next account I'm doing is a 7-1 without defenders. Oh, Captain Marvel. I'm sorry, not Captain Marvel. Ms. Marvel and Spider-Verse characters. Easy. Easy. Easy win. No question. The only reason I know that is because I didn't use the defenders to beat that. So, I mean, some people have Symbiote Spider-Man, and that's awesome. I might have to roll some numbers on this one. I'm expecting to have to roll some numbers on this one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm expecting to have to get a little bit lucky. Nope, never mind. Perfect. Doing great. Doing great. The next series is going to start next year. At what time next year? I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure. I have an idea. It's early next year too. I'm not saying, not like next June. Like no, earlier than that. Thanks, Clips. Appreciate it. Where would I get the predicted upcoming legendaries? Literally any Discord will have it. May? No, like in the first quarter of next year. I'm specifically waiting. So the idea is I'm spending between $50 and $60, and the reason that's the number we agreed on is because that is the cost of a AAA title. A AAA title in the real world. Like for $50 to $60, you can buy a brand new console game or PC AAA title every month. So I wanted it somewhere in the range of $50 and $60, which I might be 55. I might just call it 60. I don't know. But the idea is, for what can you get spending that much money in this game compared to like buying a completely other game. So you have to remember, when you spend $60 on a brand new game, you're getting at least, 40 to 60 hours of gameplay. Like think of I'm thinking of all the games that have come out recently. Don't make me re-roll this. Think of Marvel Avengers doesn't really make the same, doesn't like hold the same thing. I wasted that because I intend on taking another turn. But this Drax was a nightmare. Fighting this Drax sucks. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima. That's a great example. Sorry, I'm kind of paying a little bit of attention here. Ghost of Tsushima is actually a really good example. Thank you for the health. Because Ghost of Tsushima was like 30 to 40 hours of playtime, right? So that was $60 for 30 to 40 hours of playtime. Whether you got that 30 or 40 hours in day one, or whether you got 30 to 40 hours, over the course of a month, that makes sense. So how much playtime is spending money in Marvel Strike Force going to get you? Or more importantly, how much playtime is it going to save you? I think is a little bit more of an accurate statement about the game. Okay, the Drax is gone now, everybody. Fear no longer. We've killed the Drax. I'm gonna blind you. Think of WoW spending $10 to $15 a month? Yes, but that's not the same. Like, WoW releases a new expansion, every 2.5 years? And WoW's price point is perfect. But WoW is also a game where you can literally get all of your value out of. Like, you can literally play WoW like a job. As a matter of fact, people do play WoW as a job. I mean, Asmongold plays WoW poorly as a job. Like, actually, let's be clear. No one watches Asmongold for his WoW play. Like, we watch Asmongold because he's hilarious. You know what? Everyone gets that. Wait, nothing happened? Get out of here. So, like, you have that much time. So that's the same kind of question. What fun are you going to get spending this much money? Would you rather buy a new game for $60 or whatever? So, and at that rate, at, what's it called? Yeah, new game. And that's going to show you what the difference is. So if I'm spending $50 a month on this game instead of a new game, I need to make sure that the $50, the $60, whatever that nut lineup is, for this game means I'm paying for the same amount of time that new game would go. Let's look back. So this last expansion, right? This last patch, we had ability block there was rough. This last expansion, we had what? We had 2 symbiote characters and a mediocre bio character. So people bought the symbiotes, right? So, you know, if you bought the symbiotes, like I bought 1 anti-venom and 2 scream, and that's where I'm at. But I didn't buy what's her name? Brain fart. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to too many things right here. I didn't buy She-Hulk, and I had no intention of buying She-Hulk because she wasn't worth it. But I did buy the Crown Tundra expansion for Pokemon. You know, like, so instead of buying, so for $25, instead of buying She-Hulk, I spent $5 extra and got Crown Tundra. Oh yeah, I have her, and that is what it is. But that's what I got for my money, you know? There are months where the month I bought Avengers, it was easy for me to buy Avengers that month because there just wasn't anything of note that I was paying attention to. Crown Tundra, Pokemon Spire, yep. Yep, exactly that, actually. So for me, $50 is a reasonable amount, but the most important thing is, you know, this is... My main account is where I love spending my money because it improves the quality of the account that I'm playing. You know? The account that's going to be there forever. I'm going to have to try to figure out how to crowdsource / supplement the expenses of the new account, which is why I'm like questioning the exact amount of money for it's coming in. And that's why it's going to take me a little bit, because I'm looking for like a sponsor or a way that I could justifiably spend $50 on a secondary account in a mobile game that I have no intention of making a long-term strategy or plan, I guess. Oh, kill her, kill her, kill her. Yes! Yes! I'm happy it killed her. I'm not happy that he then killed Greg. I'm very upset that he then killed Greg. Bad timing on that Punisher roll. No, I am not selling this account. I am not... There's no way that when I'm done with... I'm giving this account away to a person who does not play the game, or to somebody who does play the game but knows someone else, you know, that could use it. I will not sell an account. I am doing a giveaway for this account. The giveaway has already started. Is that against terms of service also? Correct. It is against terms of service. And there's a very specific reason why I'm not talking about how it's happening, what's happening, and who's getting it. Like I've said, it's already been opened. The determining factors have already been brought in of how it's gonna go. So, but the revolution will not be televised. Keep Mordo out of this fight.
Nobody seems worth it while the feeling's sophisticated. The view is so restrained. The past is nearing closer and closer, I fear. So let's just cut the bullshit and tell me who's independent. Thumbs little in and your life's escaping your mind. Keep in mind, well, the air ain't as free as it used to be, but that's quite alright when you're still 18, it seems to be. And I'll tell you who's overrated. What's a beautiful person with some hideous dreams?
Okay, Mordo is no longer a problem. What do you do for 10 for 10s on free-to-play? Their core offer, not cash? Well, anything that's a core offer, you could buy as a free-to-play player, right? The separation is between a free-to-play account and a non-free-to-play account is if you spend money on an account if you spend something that other people don't have the access to, your account is not free-to-play. So if you spend cores, you get cores. You could spend them on literally anything you want. You know, you could spend them on you get cores every day. Whether you spend them on energy refreshes or don't, that's completely up to you, and there's no real notes or issues about it. So I'm a little worried about this Drax over here. Weird that Drax didn't spawn with taunt, but then got taunt. Like, who was that for? Yeah, team seems great, China. Team seems great. Bonk. Bonk. I'm not gonna blind this turn. Yeah. Yeah, if the game offers you, like, if there's a red star orb that's 900 cores and you spend 900 of your cores to do it, then, like, power to you, you know? We're gonna kill this Drax for 30 minutes again. You know, it never used to be like this. Yeah, that doesn't matter. It never used to be like this. How high should I gear up to Ultron? 13 is more than enough. Ultron is a fine character to get to 13. Anything past 13 is you're playing with the house money, you know what I mean? But 13 Ultron is good enough. 1, because it'll help you clear Dark Dimension 2 faster on the second run. Did Hell exist yet in your first DD2 run? My first DD2 team was Star-Lord, Minerva, Juggernaut, Sabretooth, and Nick Fury. And those were arguably the best characters to use. Like, where would you use Ultron in your main for war? He is the best 5th character on war teams. So it really does depend on which, like, what's going on. But I don't use them on AIM anymore. I don't really use my AIM team anymore. I don't need them for anything. That's not true. I have used AIM. But I don't really do. I use Ultra Natural to beat Black Order teams, which is the Supernatural team minus, what's her name? Scarlet Witch plus Ultron. I've also used Power Armor plus Ultron to beat Marauders. That's been okay. What DD2 node challenged your first run? None of them. None of them challenged it. One of them I decided yesterday night when we got to the node I knew was going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. When we got to that node, I was just like, whatever happens, happens. I started it, and then due to unfortunate circumstances, Minerva died, and I was like, whatever, and I just let it go. But so far, I really haven't had anything. And every time I've restarted, it's been within the first 10 seconds of a fight, so I haven't been, like, re-rolling or anything. Like, this node has a little bit of control issues because of this stupid Drax, but every time, because of the way my comp is set up, I don't really fear a lot of stuff. I don't need to spread anything here right now. Power minus rescue at Ultron. I don't take out rescue. I take out Iron Man because the crit chance is irrelevant, and the death proof on what's his name doesn't matter too much. But rescue's offense up to the to everybody is really good. I'll just basic. Sorry, just kind of seesawing on that one a little bit. Emma tier 4, what's the priority? Ult and special? That sounds right. Basically, the only time you ever put it in her passive is if you really need that team to win on war defense. And even then, it's not often. Bonk. Every time, like, you leave Ronan alive so he takes the taunt off. Okay. Okay, this should line up well with the rest of what I'm doing. Can you expand on that team? How so? How would you like me to expand on that team? Nah. Iron Man's a fine character, but there's a reason why he's retired. He doesn't hold the weight of some of the other ones in the past. I don't ever want you taunting again, so let's just do that. And then let's stun you. And let's put some bleeds on you. Is Carnage better than Emma? No. I mean, for what? Really, both of them resisted Star-Lord? Why do you suck at blinding people? Is Wave 1 Avengers with Iron Man better than Power Armor? Oh. Oh, yeah, that's a better use of Iron Man. But that doesn't... But the Wave 1 Avengers is still a terrible team, you know? So, like... Yeah. Star-Lord's blind is... questionable at best. So this Punisher hasn't gone yet, so I'll just basic. Let's put some blind on somebody else. 5%, yeah. Star-Lord, we've updated Star-Lord to keep in touch with everybody else. Star-Lord now does 2% more damage. Cool, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. This is node. I have no idea. I've lost complete track. They've all gone, so I can do this now. And that's it. This is the fight. Now we just basically auto for the rest of the fight. Except Star-Lord, he could use his special all he wants. Yeah, no idea. I know I started on 10. Yeah. Boop. Boop. Their Star-Lord, though, blinding master. Their Star-Lord is phenomenal at making me blind. Can't dodge that, nerd. Are you dead yet? That team's fine. Yo-Yo will make sure... So the thing about Yo-Yo is she will make sure that nobody's ever getting burst down, which is great. But what she doesn't do is what IW does as far as, like, giving your team the ability, if things go wrong, to have, like, a, oh shit, control. But she is good. She also reduces their focus, so their blinds and stuff doesn't really trigger that often. All right, Greg got it. Yeah. But then again, like, Yo-Yo is such a good character that, like, even if it takes you, like, an extra day to complete it, it's still worthwhile. Should I wait for IW, which is... Nice, Mouth 30. Which is next week? I mean, do you have the gear pieces to bring her up? Because if you don't, then waiting would be kind of silly. Bonk. Bonk. I think they're all ready. Yeah, I'll just basic. Yeah. If you don't have the pieces, then what does it matter if you wait? Like, let's be clear. If I started this at any time and IW came out, I would make working on IW a priority for me. But, like, I'm already... This is day 2. I've clearly only done what you've seen. And that's it. Oh, so I'm on the... I was on the third to last node, so now I'm on the second to last node. The unlock videos are so pointless now with ISO 8s. Yeah, those videos are kind of... I stopped doing them. You know? Like, I went... Those, like, this is what I did. I stopped doing those videos. Can you suggest another Netflix series? Ratchet. Ratchet was pretty good. Crazy, but pretty good. Hunter x Hunter is on Netflix? I didn't know that. Like, characters are so OP now relative to suggested power requirements for any of these events. Yeah. Yeah. Like... Also, I do find it that the question inherently is flawed. When people ask, like, how strong a team do I need to complete this task? I understand the reasoning for the question, which is, how many resources do I get to save? But sometimes that question itself is kind of a problem. War defense teams? Yeah, sure. I could... wait, who's gonna go last? Kingpin. Kingpin, you're the slowest one. Everyone's blind. And we'll do this. Castlevania was really good too, yeah. Now I think about it. Bonk. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Boop. Turn, rewind. Hey, look, Greg's right here. What are the odds? Warrior Nun? Warrior Nun, I started, but I couldn't really finish it. The actress who played the main character was stunningly gorgeous. And I really did dig it. But after a while, I kind of just got a little bit less into it. The Good Place is awesome. I like The Good Place. I watched a lot of stuff on the DC streaming network recently. I watched quite a bit, actually, of that. I feel the same about Cursed. Cursed was, honestly, dude, deadass, same thing. I couldn't really get into Cursed. I wanted to. Living with yourself with Paul Rudd and he lives with his clone. That's awesome. Alright, let's see. Basic. Does that mean Swamp Thing? Swamp Thing was hard. Swamp Thing was hard to watch. Dorohedoro? Will you review? No, I'm not going to review someone else's spreadsheet. I've made my opinions on things like that perfectly clear. I don't feel like beating a dead horse. Oh, Cobra Kai's on Netflix now, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that. The Ultron's Angel? It's like Shuri, Minerva, Scientist, Supreme, Invisible Woman, and Ultron. And it's an adequate team if you're starting in U7. It's not going to take you too far, but it'll be okay. What's up, Smokey? Boop. You're blinded. And now you're all blinded. Get this Hulk out of here. Hulk, you are the only threat on this fight. I'm going to be a little greedy here. Start punching the other idiots. Bye, Hulk. I actually have a Phoenix video for ISO 8s coming out real soon. Or the Phoenix review video that's coming out. I think I've scheduled it for Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. But yeah, sure, bounce an idea. Boop. What about KP with slow is important? Well, this Kingpin's literally never doing anything. As a matter of fact, I would prefer not to kill this Kingpin because every time he summons, I get turn meter and health. But basically, right now, I'm just using this Kingpin to charge up. Like, since see all these guys are ready now, she's gonna be ready in a turn. I'll do this. Yep, boop. And see, next turn, she'll be ready up. So, when does episode 1 air? Of what? Mandalorian? Tomorrow, right? I'm not resubbing for that. I'm just going to wait for the series. Like, I'm not paying them for 3 months, you know? Like, I'm not buying Disney Plus ever again. So, I'll, like, that's not true. I'll buy it when all of Mandalorian Season 2 is done. Is anyone here a problem? All of these characters are problems. God damn it. Alright, let's go here, because he seems to be slow. Basic. Blind. Everyone's blind. Stun the Hulk. Turn rewind. Remen recommend public don't put ISOs in Phoenix and it's become accepted by conventional wisdom as you want Phoenix to die and more health is bad. Correct. That is a decent conventional wisdom. I allude to something similar to that when I speak. How would you recommend setting up ISO 8s in the X-Force? That seems fair, BW. Keep in mind, ISO 8s with Phoenix and technically with all of the summoned characters are bugged. It's the kill order against X-Men. Depends on who you're using. If you're using a certain team, it's Phoenix twice. If you're not, it's Cyclops. Dark Phoenix is supposed to get the stat bonus. And on paper, Dark Phoenix does get the stat bonus. Because if you before you put an ISO 8 in Phoenix, if you invest, hold on, oop, let's do this. Let's get some health down. If you look at the number and then check it after, it does go up. It just doesn't apply once it's in the game. It's the coding is wrong, and they haven't addressed it yet. She's supposed to get it. That said, I'm at the stage in the game where I don't want my Phoenix to die, so I do have tier 4s or ISO 8s in it, but only 2. Yeah, it is not working. How it's coded is not how it worked in the or how it was implied to have worked, and it's not how it works in. Yeah. But again, they're not going to talk about it until someone gives them a reason to, because they're not a good company. All right. Yeah, kill her. Please. Kill her dead. Kill her. No, not her. Fuck. Let's keep going. I might. We were always gonna do 3 nights. Because I don't think I could one-shot Ultron. But man, am I salty now. Man, am I real salty. Just think BC mods everywhere. You want ISOs because your basic is a lot more advanced. Yeah, it really, like, there's no one right answer. I've said this before 1,000 times, and I will keep repeating it. There is no one correct answer to ISO 8s. There is just really good options and really terrible options. That is how ISO 8s kind of break down. I'm about to rage? Why does it look like I'm about to rage? I'm slightly upset that I can't, that, you know, they just happen to target her. I have plenty of cores. I have probably like 600 or 700 cores. I could easily res her. Cost me nothing. And this account means nothing to me anymore. So it's totally easy for me to do that. Not gonna. But I could. Alright. This is gonna be a drop, by the way. It just delayed it. Let's do this. Let's get the healer down. Will T2 ISOs work like red stars? Okay, so I actually do have a video about ISO 8s coming out next month. I'm timing it with the time I know certain things are going to happen, so I could specifically tell you. But there's a very important reason why I told you guys for a long time there's no reason to bring a character to level 5 right now. There is going to be a time to bring a character to level 5. It's going to be next year. Next year is going to be the time to do that. Stop. Sorry. And it's going to be because you need to have level 5 ISO 8s to go to stage 2. Like, you can't progress a character to stage 2 ISO 8s if they're still, you know, not level 5. Nope, they just offer different things. It's a different tier. It's higher stats and multipliers, and some of them are a little bit different. Star-Lord is down, which is actually kind of funny. Stun you. Let's kill you. I just don't want Hulk alive ever again. Bonk. Hulk only clears stun if he reaches a certain health threshold. That's how Hulk works. And this isn't current Hulk, this is old Hulk. This is not the reworked Hulk. Same thing with like all of the characters in this game. They're all the previous versions. Show. Hulk is annoying. Yeah. See, why I'm salty is because that killed Minerva. Not because I was like, oh no, now I can't do this node. Like, no, of course I was going to be able to do this node. It'd be fine. It's because Minerva's dead. Do we take a war room? What the hell just happened? I'm not even in war. Oh, you do whatever makes you happy, bro. You do whatever thing makes you happy, my friend. No Twitch today? No, I don't stream. I'm streaming. My Twitch time is now earlier in the day every day. I'm gonna put Disrupt on you. Your main isn't in war? No, my free-to-play is. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Let's keep that Disrupt on him. Spread that Disrupt around. Bonk. Bonk. How good is a 7 Red Star Carnage? Slightly better than a 6 Red Star Carnage. Not as good as an 8 Red Star Carnage. And only one of those things is real. I will beat you down, Hulk. I will beat you mercilessly. Yeah, so that's what happens when he hits the Hulk, the threshold right there. And then I just control him for the rest of the fight. Yeah. Ali decided that's what he wanted to do, and I'm happy for him. Have fun. Let me know how that goes. Yeah, I know you're not joking. That's why I said, have fun. Let me know how that goes. I'm interested. I wouldn't do it, but like someone has to. Someone would like to test that. Wait, there was 2 more people here? Ugh. Terrible. No, he doesn't auto-clear. Best tank in the game? Shoot, Merc Rackard. Alright. So, let's do this. Because that's 90% turn meter. And let's start bleeding you out. Yeah. They killed Minerva, and then they killed Star-Lord shortly after. But like, yeah. Tank's a role. Tank is a role. Tank is a responsibility. Tank means who is the best at making sure the rest of your characters stay alive? The answer to that question is by taking damage and stuff like that. So the answer to that question is Merc Raikard. Like, the best protector is, like, Yo-Yo, with, like, really close second of, what's his name? IW. And Thanos. Thanos is there for his energy on key characters. Thanos is actually terrible at taking damage. Unless he has defense up. Jugs used to be one of, if not the best tanks in the game. I think it's gone down a little bit. I think he's gone down a little bit because Merc Riot Guard got a little bit stronger with his usability, so more people can invest in him reliably, so you can see how he works, and ISO 8s do there. So Juggernaut's up there as one of the best tanks in the game. The difference is Merc Riot Guard's a great tank on his team and offside of his team. Juggernaut's actually a terrible tank on his team. He's a really good tank outside of the Brotherhood, or more specifically if Magneto's not present, but that's different. Colossus is only a good tank if Phoenix is present. If Phoenix isn't present, Colossus is literally useless. How did Drax not make your list? Well, Drax is clearly one of the best tanks in the game because you can't hit what you can't see. All right, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to go in, and we're going to do a small amount of damage. To Ultron, and hopefully die. That's our goal. Our goal is to make sure Ultron... Actually, the best case scenario for this run would be if Ultron summons and kills my characters. Jeez, guys. If Ultron summons and kills my characters without, you know, energy battering. But I don't think that's going to happen. As a matter of fact, I don't think these guys can really do too much. You can talk about defenders as much as you want, bro. Doesn't make them a good team. I'm not convinced you won't win right now with these guys. You still not convinced? So, like, now I'm just trying to get my guys to die. And popping Ultron with as little bit as I can. I might have to re-roll this a couple times. God, this is going to take forever. Kill her. Kill her. Kill her. Alright, she's dead. Okay. Tracking Ultron's health. Perfect. Perfect. Ultron will not be able to summon, I believe, because he just summoned and ulted, so he has 3 energy. We're done. So tomorrow is the final fight, and we're good. Technically, I could do it today, but I don't want to. I want to do it tomorrow. So yes, I literally got... The best possible end was if Ultron had no buffs. Welcome Black Bolt in December. Nice. Yeah, Sif's going to be a pain. Will Black Bolt still be top tier next year? I mean, top tier for what? Will he still be an amazing character? Yeah, that'll never change. You know? Like, Black Bolt... Like, all of the characters that are good are still good. It's just what they're good at has become the issue. So... But they, like, I always hear these nerds, these garbage people, like, no, but it's not useful in U7. That's what people sound like when they tell me shit like that. You know, they're like, well, not useful in U7. Dude, like, literally 70% of your roster is dog shit in U7. Like, 70% of your roster. That doesn't mean that, like, you can't, like, use them in any other aspect of the game. Like, there are characters that are better early, and you'd rather get those characters that are better early. But, you know, I always say, Who's Ravage to carry out people 3-7? Exactly, right? It like, would you rather unlock Star-Lord at the beginning of the game when he's a incredibly huge buff to your playstyle and helps you with the stuff you're trying to do? Or would you rather unlock Star-Lord at, like, I don't know, level 75 when you already have Black Bolt and Phoenix? Someone mentioned the best ISOs for X-Force already up top. Someone, like, listed them, and I was like, that's it. That sounds good. Yeah, if you unlock Star-Lord last, you're a real idiot. Like, that's what I have to say about that. Like, you're a dumb player. You're not even a good spender if you unlock Star-Lord last. Like, yeah. It, like, I got nothing to say about that. Unlock Star-Lord last, you have to try real hard. Able to show how strong the team. Yeah, the DD team is my base team right here. Is DD3 worth it? I mean, you have to do it. That's my DD3 team. And then, like, I have, like, rows of characters that are in the high 20s and low 30s range. Yeah, someone mentioned up top. So, I would your boy, but, like, someone mentioned it. I have enough to unlock Nick Fury, Bolt, Phoenix. The waiting sucks. The waiting is the worst part of this game. But that's how they convince you to spend money. And eventually, I'm not kidding, next year, get ready for a ton of legendaries to be taken off of the light. We're supposed to have Nick Fury retired already. He hasn't been. And next year, they were supposed to retire pretty much all the legendaries, so you just can unlock them whenever you want. I saw it. Someone said War Machine is better than Iron Man. Is that true? Yes. Not waiting equals money for Scopely. Yep. I had said Raider. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, BWHS. Yeah. Domino needs Fortifier because she's made of used tampons. And they crumble. Easier to unlock Maw first than it is to... Real, that's 100% true. It is easier to unlock Ebony... not first, but before Star-Lord, or before most other characters, than it is to accidentally... Like, you'd have to forget the Star-Lord event. Like, what? It's here. BWHS hit the nail on the head. Good job, man. I got Star-Lord recently. He's useful. How useful is it when his team and BKT is only 145? I mean, his job is to be useful until you get the next good thing. The biggest cancer in this game is this terrible and truly stupid idea that there is one team that you can work on at the beginning of the game and it will carry you to the end of the game. And then you have the real 4 trillion IQ boys running around like, you gotta start with the Asgardians, man, because then you get the Black Bolt, and then you get the Black Order, and then you're gonna own your Arena Shard. Guys, you're gonna own your Arena Shard for 7 minutes. For 7 minutes by the time that happens. Like, by the time most people starting today who take that advice get the Black Order, they're gonna be, like, outclassed by May of next year. That, like, fact. Like, Deadpool doesn't have to have the highest damage. The highest damage can go on Cable. Star-Lord's job... And again, you can completely skip Star-Lord. Totally reasonable. But if you have money... If you're going to spend money on the game, spend money that makes you better at every stage of the game. Don't spend money that only makes you better 9 years from now. You know what I mean? What are we going to do? I beat DD2 first, and I beat DD1 with Ultron. Yeah, I'm doing that too. I haven't even touched DD1. I can go into DD1 right now. There's this, like, running argument, and, you know, like, I don't know how to describe it, but there are people who are like, if you can go into DD1, just go into DD1, you know? Just go in. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, well, you waste your time. But a little damage, but, okay, so I can go in, and I'll go in right now, because it's not like it matters. God, this is terrible. Yeah. I can go into DD1 with these guys, right? Or I could put Bruiser in. This is actually a team I would use. Or similar to a team I would use. Yeah, it's the idea of going to DD1 is so that you get the resources. What every single person who's incapable of seeing the linear passage of time doesn't understand is that in order to get the characters or any characters you need to 6-star, you're not farming the resources that you would farm. So you're not doing anything better. I feel like I need to change my YouTube account to match my Twitch. Oh, see, now I know who you are, BW. Now I'm just gonna call you D'Agostini. You just do it second. Yeah, you just do it afterwards when you, like... And again, if you can't... Oh, Drax is dead. Look at how much fun this is, guys. Nice, Daria. What's up, Wentworth? Yeah. I'm not even keeping this. So someone out there believes that this action is worth it because you're still getting chip damage in. Just like going to U7 is worth it because you're almost 30% and you're getting experience. Guys, the internet exists. Even if you don't like me as a content creator, which isn't hard because I'm a terrible content creator. But like, if you don't like me as a content creator, you can just go around and be like, yo, what teams are good? And I promise you, you're going to get a pretty solid 10, 15, 20, like, characters or team, like pooled. Hey, you can use aim. Yeah, totally. All right, Mantis, you got this. All you. I'm self-deprecating. But I don't think I'm a great content creator. I do try, though, and I will continue to try. You 7.1 is harder than DD2? Yes, it is, Jess. Yes, it is. Like I said, I think the cancer in this game is this idea that why I hate tier lists, why I hate any static advice, why I hate essential tier 4s, why I hate sure to win blitz teams, anything like that, is because there are some games, like if I tell you right now, best damage dealer in WoW is Arms Warrior. If I say that, right? What that means is, out of 10,000, it's not just him, Real 2K. There's a lot of people that do that. A lot of people who do that. He's just somebody that does it a lot. If that means that of the 10,000 warriors that play that class, and the 100,000 other players that play their other classes, the warriors average scales higher, and the highest level of their points move up. Daredevil TV show is amazing. That's actually one of my specialty pop vinyls. It's actually there now. If I tell you that the best character in the game is Black Bolt, you, as a new player to the game, would have one logical next question, and that is, well, how do I get Black Bolt? And then someone will tell you, because you asked a question and there's a correct answer, well, you work on the Asgardians. And then you, as a player trying to get better at the game, will ask, well, how do I get the Asgardians? Well, so-and-so's here, so-and-so's here, so-and-so's here, so-and-so's here, and then Hell is at this point, but you can't get her until you're level 70, so you can do this to get there. And now you have a player who's been given half information. None of it's going to be helpful to that person, but one day that player is going to get Black Bolt. And they're going to wonder why they're either not doing anything in Dark Dimension or in raids, or why they can't unlock a legendary, or why they're not holding arena past like the first 3 months of the game. And it's going to be because they were provided with advice that's not accurate. I've said many times there are roughly 4 essential tier 4s in this game. There are 4 tier 4s that make a character complete. Every other tier 4 is at best situational and at worst optional. 4. 4. And the reason the tier 4 becomes essential is because otherwise the character does not do what they're supposed to do. And you can justify never putting some of them in. Thanos, passive. Mandatory tier 4. Like this, period. Just on death of an enemy, always generate 2 ability energy. His job is to do that. That's his job. He doesn't tank. It doesn't matter. If you want to talk about empowered Thanos, that's not the same. And even then, this is still a good benefit from it. But that's it. Thanos, done. Black Panther's passive is, yeah, perfect, Real 2K. Perfect way to say that. Black Panther's passive, absolutely necessary, essential to Black Panther's kit. The problem is, Black Panther is not a useful character. Shuri has been upgraded. Kamoyo healing. Why? Because without this, she does not heal well. Cheers, Chad. Happy to help if I can. Any way I can. I always forgot who the 4th one was. I always forget who the 4th one is. I know there's 4. I always forget who the 4th... Oh, Ultron. Ultron Special. Ultron Special. Where is it? Where is that? Oh, I don't have him yet. Oopsie. Ultron Special. Every other passive is either situationally useful or optional. Ms. Marvel's passive? I could say that. 5. Cool. I agree. I mean, I do love Ms. Marvel. I agree. Oh, she's not high enough level. Hold on. Let's fix that. Sinister's clone? It's not necessary. You're describing a good tier 4. Sinister, Thanos, Shuri, Ultron, Black Panther, and Ms. Marvel. Now, 5. Thank you for bringing this out. So now there's 5. 5 essential tier 4s in this game. Every other tier 4 is situational or optional. This is where you get your calculator out and you go, well, technically this does this. But cool. And in how many stages of the game does it make a difference? Taskmaster's passive is Ms. Marvel's passive on war defense, but yeah. I didn't recognize that either. That's why I did it live on stream. I was like, boop, or on video. Mordo's a whole different tune, though. Yeah. But if you can use a character and they're still good without tier 4, like Symbiote Spider-Man has 0 essential tier 4s. 0. Not a single one of Symbiote Spider-Man's tier 4s are essential. Every single thing Symbiote Spider-Man does, he does at 6665. All tier 4s do is make him do it better. Thanos will not give energy 1 out of every 4 times. Carnage's passive? Completely situational. Completely situational. So I'm gonna give you a team right now about Carnage. So okay. Carnage, Nebula, Carnage, Nebula, Groot, Rhino, and She-Hulk. Carnage's passive helping you there? Yeah. I think y'all are confusing what the word essential means. Or I think you guys are using essential like essential oils. Essential has 2 definitions. The first definition is required. The second definition is from the essence of. Essential oils are not required oils. They are not required to help you. They are made out of the essence or the ground up pieces of lavender or whatever stuff. And that's why people get confused, because they're like, they're essential for a reason. Be like, yeah, but you're not good at English, so I shouldn't trust your judgment. Nice mouth, Hardy. So, now what you're saying, the assumption is you run him with your team. Yes. But that's not an assumption somebody who doesn't know about this game will make. So when you make content that says, these are essential, tier 4s, and you don't clarify, I said it before with Genshin. People who play Genshin Impact. Can anyone tell me why Diluc is the best character in the game? Because I have him, and I could tell you why. His attack's a half second faster than everyone else. You can get about 60% more damage output. Yeah, because of his special cooldown and his attack stuff. That's it. That's literally it. That's why Diluc is the best character in the game. And again, if you don't play this game, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But the point is, when you go to any tier list, someone will say, hey guys, Diluc's the best character in the game. And then you got my friend, DMT, you got a bunch of content creators that are like, I spent $4 trillion kajillion trying to get a Diluc, and all I got was 17 Fischels. You know, like, cool. Same thing in this game. This game does not benefit or respect your ability to build one team. Never has, never will. Every team will be outsourced. Every team will be outscaled, and every team will be outclassed. How quickly the teams are outscaled or outclassed is going to be relatively quick. You know, Black Order. Think Quantum will make a difference in the meta? Nope. Think you'll see him on War Defense, but that's from what I've seen. There's no D tier characters in the game that you can actually play what you want. There are no D tier characters in the game. Exactly. Well, again, when I do my review videos, I discuss where and why every tier 4 investment could be used. So if you want to use Merc Lieutenant as a perfect example, and if you don't want to watch my YouTube video, which I have him somewhere. I don't know where. All right, we're starting to get a little... Let's just sort. On turn, heal the most injured ally for 5% of this character's max health. On defense, heals the most injured Merc ally. So, if you care about having a really good mercenary team on defense, then this tier 4 has value. If you don't, but it comes with an expectation. When I hear essential, I hear if the character doesn't have it, they don't work. So if you want to ask me what are the essential tier 4s for the symbiotes, I will say there's probably about 4 for the symbiote team to be able to do what it needs. And then Shuri on the Merc War defense team, you can use her there. She's okay. She's okay there. She basically has no home, so like that's fine. Emma, SSM, Minerva, hell yeah, about to get Magneto. Maybe. Magneto's. Emma's good. SSM is good. Minerva's good. Hela's good. Emma's real good. Emma might make up for that. So as is tradition, I would recommend Star-Lord Minerva, and then SSM Hela, Emma. That team seems reasonable. You won't need the turn meter from Carnage that much. Emma will give you enough control because of everything else. New Asgardians next year. We have Valkyrie coming. I wouldn't consider those essential. Exactly. But, like, every team has a purpose. It's funny, because I'll see, like, a 400k Merc team, and I'll be like, oh. Okay. And you know what? That 400k Merc team might mean that, like, 3 or 4 members of my alliance can't win that fight if they try. But I can, and the rest of us can. So to me, it's not really worth it to bring too many defense teams past a certain point. 200k is more than enough. But that's where I'm fighting right now. Can't get in with all the Black Bolts and Phoenixes. Yep. The people, and you know, not to say that not all the top 100 are spenders, but like, the people who prioritize unlocking legendaries will always rise to the top and hold their positioning. I don't know the answer to that, Valkyrie. I've seen a name. I haven't seen a model. I was in a low power war defense actually mattered. Cheers, Yvonne. I joined a higher power one. Doesn't matter a bit. Yeah. Honestly, the only thing that matters on war defense is how cute you get. Jane Foster Thor was the other one. Yes. I used Emma, SSM, Hela, Minerva, Punisher on DD2. Emma's really good in DD2. If I had her, I would be very happy to bring her in over Carnage, but like, whatever. So I have a question. Has Wolverine always been from the dailies and Hulk? Yes, since day one. Mathematically, you will have a 7-star Wolverine at 160... No, I'm sorry. You will have a 5-star Wolverine at 160-something days played. So that's one character down towards Magneto. How did Punisher do? Doing what? Valkyrie, Medusa, and Quicksilver. Medusa's supposed to come out with Gorgon. They actually have Medusa and Gorgon finished. They just didn't release them. They're trying to figure... They don't know what they're doing. Like, come on, they don't know what they're doing. We play this game because it's got Marvel dudes on it. We don't. And they know that. That's why they can release a patch with 5 bugs every 45 days. I just found Sinister... Oh, gotcha. Being extremely good in DD2, his clones never die because the damage stat is very low. That's fair. I believe that. If you... Like, you also have to remember... If my response to everybody who said, what's the best team for DD2 was Black Order... I mean, I'd be right. You know, like, none of you would be like, that's not right. You'd be like, no, that's probably reasonable. But it's also a stupid thing to say. Because no one's going to work towards it. Like, no one's going to work towards the Black Order. And if they are, they weren't asking for advice. They were spending money anyway, so it doesn't matter. Iceman, Rogues, Kitty Pryde, and Gambit. I did hear... I know Jubilee is done. I just don't think she's coming out yet. Who will be leaving the Inhumans team? Karnak and Quake. We do a bug patch. We do a fix. Yeah. Now, again, same thing. Would I be using Hela for Dark Dimension 3 had I not gotten her for free? No, of course I wouldn't. I'd be probably using... Honestly, Emma. No. I used my Asgardians D2. Took a while to get the Uru, but worth it. Unlocked Ultron. Still don't have Nick Fury. That's fair, Chess. You also don't need Nick Fury. At the same time, like, yeah, Asgardians in DD2 can do it. What happened with Toxin? He got pushed back for Anti-Venom. All of the symbiotes were not supposed to come out this year. All of them. All what we got, we were supposed to get Blade and Morbius as Halloween characters. Just like we were supposed to get Red Guardian with the Black Widow movie and stuff. Didn't happen. Just like we weren't supposed to get Doc Ock yet. We were supposed to get the Eternals movie and Black Knight. 7 Red Star Anti-Venom. Nice. Grats, Ivan. That's awesome. One day, right? I assume you're not going to spend the ridiculous money it takes to get there, but, like, that's awesome. No, they prefer to... Fox Next doesn't have a preference on who they release. They just... Like, there's a reason Doc Ock is bowl cut and not chick. And there's a reason when you see costumes, one of the first costumes you're going to see is chick Doc Ock. Is because, just like MODOK was not a legendary character when I saw him. Is there any trick for Icarus besides patience? Spend money. I know it's a shitty answer, and I'm sorry to give it, dude, but, like, that's it. Reroll. Like, use cores, you know? That's what I had to do to get into Dark Dimension. I had to spend some cores on it. Like, characters start rolling out when whales stop buying them. Nah, it's not 100%. MODOK will be legendary. Not that I saw. But okay, so for those who don't know, for those who haven't been playing the game for as long, Thanos came out, had the Black Order tag, and in addition to having the Black Order tag, he only gave energy to Black Order characters because the Black Order was supposed to come out relatively soon after Thanos as a tie-in with, you know, the movie that like had the Black Order in it. It didn't. It didn't for reasons. Because they weren't ready. As a result of that, Ebony Maw and Thanos' kit were both changed. Ebony Maw became more powerful because he had to be, and Thanos went from being the character he was to an empowered version of his character, which was something they added to the game. So they are willing to adapt when things come on. From originally, what I saw from MODOK, he was going to be closer to like a milestone-style character, not a legendary character. I can tell you a couple of things. First of all, if the character's been in the game, since the beginning of the game, since day one, not since you started playing, since the beginning of the game, the likelihood of them being used for a new legendary unlock approaches 0 as the limit goes on to infinity. Exception to that rule are two-piece characters that they can build a team around. What do you mean? Well, the Pimtech team is going to unlock the next legendary. I've been saying that for weeks. Hasn't not been true. Who's the next legendary? All my information is telling me specifically that it's not Blade. That's it. Thor and Loki got 3 new characters, and they unlocked the legendary. Deadpool and Cable got 3 new characters, and they unlocked the legendary. Ant-Man and Wasp are getting 3 new characters, and they're going to unlock a legendary. Quake and Ms. Marvel, 3 new characters, unlock a legendary. And even one of them's not even there. Joe Fixit or World War Hulk? World War Hulk. Yeah. Wanda and Vision are supposed to get a rework. But again, my reasoning why is because Blade was a Blitz character. Morbius was an event, if I remember correctly, and Blade was a Blitz character to tie in with the movie for Morbius. So, like, unless they decided they had to change something. You asking what Ms. Marvel and Quake share? The Inhuman tag that is used to unlock Ebony Maw. I unlocked Ebony Maw I have a 6-star Ebony Maw with Ms. Marvel, Quake, Karnak, Black Bolt, and Crystal. Blade shouldn't be legendary. Yeah, but then again, there's characters we should never get in this game. We should never get Dormammu. Why would you ever want to play as Dormammu? I'm already kind of pissy that we have access to Thanos. Yeah, I'm kind of pissy that we have access to Thanos. Like, but I get it. He's fine. Dormammu should not... He is the Dark Dimension guy. Like, the guy who's in charge of the Dark Dimension. You know, this nightmare thing that we've been dealing with. Odin is literally a god. I don't ever want to play as Odin. I don't ever want to play as Dormammu, or Apocalypse, or... Galactus. Perfect. Thank you. Like, those should be world bosses. Oh, they said they were getting 3 new... No, they got 3 new characters, side one. They got 3 new characters. Ego the Living Planet. You know, like, those are world bosses. Those are bosses that are supposed to show up and once a month, and then everybody goes in and attacks them and does as much damage as they can, and at the end of the fight, the world boss ends, and if we beat the world boss, everyone gets more rewards, and if we don't, then they give small rewards, but it gives you based on how much damage you did. That's how world bosses is going to work. That's how they need to do that. Keep in mind something really important, guys. If we don't win, we lose our account. That's fair. Really important. You know what was supposed to come out this entire year, and we still don't have it? Upgrades. Upgrades. Every time you go into a war room, it says upgrades coming soon. Room upgrades were supposed to come out in, like, June of this year. Because they had to push back ISO 8 so long, because they just couldn't get it right. And honestly, I'm still not convinced they got ISO 8s right now, because as a spender, I've had no incentive to spend money on ISO 8s. Yet. Wait till March. March 2021. March 2021, guys. That's when you're going to start seeing blue ISOs. That's when, stage 2 ISOs. But they had to push this entire thing back. Think they'd ever make characters that require all 10 slots or multi-teams? I don't think they'd ever change the pure dynamic of adding more characters to a team, but I do think they're going to really stretch the idea of what it's like to add more characters. Like, Hela and Greg changed the game fundamentally. Hela's a good character. If Hela didn't have Greg, or if Hela didn't constantly res Greg, or if it was like an action that happened, she would be nowhere near as powerful. Let alone all of her teams wouldn't be as powerful. So I think they really do kind of stretch the design space sometimes, and they make a big deal about it too. Dealers always try to use first shot to get you hooked. That's not true at all. Dealer me is just like, no, I don't. You can probably hit my shit, but like, I'm not. It would be better to bring 8 war teams to around 2 or 300k. Gold 3 fights seem to be around that power. 250 to 300. That seems reasonable, especially if you're talking about offense. Defense, whatever, doesn't matter. The only time you lose a war is if you can't win your fights, right? Yeah, sure. A couple of teams with really powerful defenses, a couple characters with really powerful defenses, like, that could take multiple shots. But if you have really powerful offenses, it doesn't matter, does it? So, wars won by winning, not by defending. Close wars are won by defending. So just don't make the war close. Like, just win more. If Greg was her special a la Doc Ock, then it would have been balanced. Yeah, she would have been a balanced character. Actually, you know what, Real? You know what, dude? Hela's got a slightly better kit than Doc Ock. Because of that. Doc Ock should just be like, if there's not a member of the 6, like, that should be his passive. She'd be like, if there's a missing Sinister Six character, just spawn him on turn. Like, he just shows up to the party. But there's a lot of things about Doc Ock that need to be fixed. When Minerva came out working the way she does, why didn't Fox Next patch her and said she was working incorrectly? Ah, excellent. Because, Dossier, I'll explain that to you. Because they advertised Minerva as doing X. And if they had advertised Minerva as doing X, and then sold Minerva, and then said she doesn't do X, she does Y, that's a lawsuit. You know how, like, all the companies in the world, like, love this little line? It's like, you can't sue us or class action us if you don't like what's going on. That's bullshit, by the way. Just letting you know. The only time you're allowed to sign away your rights is through arbitration, and you don't enter that kind of contract at a consumer level. So, nope. Thanks, Scopely. I read that. Don't care. If you do something stupid, you're getting sued for it, and all of that. But the terms of service won't hold any water. The question's going to be if people are willing to spend the money. And honestly, there are some rich people in this game that are willing to spend the money, like Tadano Mac. Is Yellow Jacket going to be essential for Dark Dimension? Is Symbiote Spider-Man essential for Dark Dimension? Is he essential for Dark Dimension 2, or is he good? Let's find out. Like, we know Phoenix is essential for Dark Dimension 3. Oh, I can't even... I don't think I can even look at this. It's a company. This one weirds me out a little bit. I'm just trying to see if any node is done without Symbiote Spider-Man. Well, it looks pretty essential to me. No, you just gotta, like... Obviously, this will change over time, right? And the more people that go in... by the way, this is what I'm bringing in. Yeah, the only overlap seems to be Symbiote Spider-Man and Carnage, right? He's the biggest overlap. Like, sometimes you see Venom, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you see, like here, Merc Lieutenant. That, like, there are characters that show up a lot, but the characters that show up the most, you know, or you have not seen a character yet, or a fight yet that wasn't one with that. And then we can go to Global, and we can kind of see the overlap, right? So, oh, look, wait, is this Global or is this, yeah, that's Global, right? Yeah. So apparently you don't need Phoenix. This guy did it without Phoenix. By definition now, Phoenix is not essential for Dark Dimension 3. You're dumb as hell if you don't bring her in. But yeah, look. 43 mil, highest damage on the set, no Phoenix. Did this node, wait, could you clone a Phoenix on this node? Asking for a friend. Yeah, you can. Okay, cheating. Cheating. I call shenanigans. I call shenanigans. You could clone a Phoenix. That's not fair. Okay, so still technically available. Why Shocker if Goblin? Well, because Goblin is useless in the Sinister 16, but Shocker isn't. Sorry, I'm just checking this out. So, like, you can really quickly determine an overlap, right? So, like, Colossus isn't necessarily essential because there are people who've done it without Colossus. You know? Hey, look, this guy did it with these 3 characters, you know? Yeah, no, it's awesome he did it. The first node, just to let you know, the first node, you can do it with just 2. I actually did on my main account. You could, with Hela and Sinister, you can do it. More defenses? No, I haven't shown them on main yet. I'll actually... Wait. What is, why? What is happening? Alright, it's bugged. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. I'll show you my war defense teams. I feel like DD3 is harder after ISO 8. I don't know why. That's funny. Oh, I can actually do my war defense. Alright, let me just shut this off real quick. Come back up and let you see my war defenses. And again, my war defenses aren't optimized. I'm just lazy. So it is... here? I don't have to hide it yet. I don't want to show off my war, like, setup. Take your time. This game is super responsive. And that's what I love the most about it. How much detail they pay to this stuff. Alright, let's close that out. Cool. Boop, 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 boop. They buffed DD3? Did they? Yeah, my war defenses are... I don't want to think. So, let me just close this. Go here. It is frozen, so sorry, guys. Why am I here now? Whatever. Here's where I am. So, Here's my Hydra team. Not getting touched. Here's my Mercs team. Okay. And he needs to be invested in, but I can't farm him, so I'm not bothering. Why aim, you ask? I'm sorry, why hand, you ask? Well, because they're getting reworked, and I'm going to put them there. So I'm just saving my time. That said, it's like 4 or 8 months away from the rework, so I don't care. As Guardians, Wave 1 Avengers, Marauders, which I actually swap off of defense all the time. And want that 6 red hand archer. It's important that people see it. And by the way, the rest of the hand team is also 5 red, so it's not like, except him. He's the only non-5 red hand character I have. Hand is great for defense. Yeah, exactly. Like, can I replace them? Sure. Use plenty of characters. I don't want to. Someone's got to use this. Basically, every time I go into this fight and they use, like, Supernatural or something, I'm like, yes! Yes! You know? And then this team is my last team. And honestly, so the reason this is my last team is actually very simple. The reason this is my last team is because I pray I could get, like, a Brotherhood or a Fantastic Four. Like, I hope they're just like, well, I hope they forget that, like, CM's not on this team. And they're just like, yeah, okay. And it's worked. Oh, here's the upgrade coming soon, by the way. Yeah. So, like, that's it. They'll lock the ISO 8 class on my hand team. Oh, geez, you're right. Thank you. I don't actually deviate too many ISO 8 classes. What investment do you need if you're going to bother with re-acquiring Block Party one day? You plan on 7-starring the Block Party, you clearly want to work on the most important characters, right? So you can probably squeeze away. Like, so here's the thing about Block Party. Let me just go off here real quick. Happy to help, Ewo. Here, I'll sort by, what is it, City Brawlers or City Heroes? I forgot. City Heroes, I think, is the final stage of Block Party. So, Punisher, just to let you know, Punisher's node is a 60 energy node. So, he's cheap. So, it's totally reasonable to farm Punisher, right? Ms. Marvel is an amazing character, so farming her to 7 is reasonable. That's 2 off the bat. They need to be 7 for the end of Block Party. You should at least base ISO the Young Avengers. I will. I'll base ISO. I base ISO my offense teams first, then I do my defense teams. But that one stage... Ghost Rider. So, 1, 2, these 3 characters are already on the list of characters I want to high prioritize 7-star. How high do characters need to be for Magneto's legendary event? Oh, not high. 70k total team power. So, like, 15 to 20k each. Yeah, so these 3 characters getting to 7 is important. And then... Oh, I don't even have She-Hulk. I didn't even blitz for She-Hulk. That's crazy. I don't care. I don't care. I forgot I didn't unlock her. Oh, no. This is actually... this is starting to irk me, though. There's a character in the game that's gray. I have to fix this. Oh, damn. Kind of gear and level is needed? That number's irrelevant. Gear plus level doesn't mean anything. What means something is the power of the character. By hook or by crook, if you get a character to 12k, or 15k, or 20k, or 30k, or 50k, doesn't matter how you got them there. Gear, level, tier 4s. Power is supposed to be an estimated ability for the characters to do something. So whether they're 5 reds and gear tier 7, or 0 reds and gear tier 14, they're going to be the same power because they have the stats to back it up. she's not good. Same thing with Beast. Oh no, Beast was a 45 unlock. So like, right there, right? And now we go into the last stage. So who else can you put in? Well, you could farm energy for Iron Fist, or you could just keep opening Blitz Orbs until you have a maxed out Miles or Luke Cage or Spider-Man. So any of these characters are usable. Night Nurse is, I think she's also a cheap farm, but I wouldn't recommend farming her under any circumstances right now. Oh god, she has 2 nodes. Yeah, apparently I just didn't get She-Hulk. Well, the first weekend of She-Hulk's Blitz, I was gonna Blitz to unlock her, and then I got hurt. I hurt my knee, and I couldn't do anything that weekend. And then the second weekend, I just didn't care. I thought I had enough to get like 45 at like 3 or 4 million, and I was wrong, and I was like, all right, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So these guys are Blitz, like, so these 3 are the characters you can justifiably farm and enjoy the way your game is played. And then every other character that is like 2 nodes. I wouldn't say it, but you could. These guys right here, like, you'll get them there. And that's not even including the eventual Symbiote Spider-Man realization, the eventual Anti-Venom farm. You know, like, when everyone talks about what teams would I use, the answer is, I don't know, because I never worked on Defenders at all, ever. When I was playing the game when it first came out, the Defenders were useless. They reworked the Defenders right around the time that the Brotherhood came out. 70k. Basically, most legendaries are 70k unlocks. The stage 2 legendaries, Black Bolt, Maw, Phoenix, those are all usually closer to 100k to unlock. Hopefully that information is up. 70 to 80 for the first stage, and everything else. And the reason why is who you get. You get a legendary at 5. But Phoenix is obviously crazy to begin with because she's a 6-star unlock, So for me, the Defenders were never an option. So people started with Defenders, and she made a lot of sense. Maw was kind of hard without Yo-Yo. Yeah, I needed 100k, Javi. 100k team to do that. 110k maybe. But I got through the 6-star one without Yo-Yo too, so like, it's the 7 and then the 8, because you know the 8th event that I have to deal with next. Like, the Defenders were the best starting team because it gave you something to do. But as time progressed, they became worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse at accomplishing the tasks at the end game. The truth of the matter is, the Defenders are useless. They used to be the training wheels team of the game. The game no longer requires training wheels. That's the truth. Like, that's the truth. Like, if you never, under any circumstances, unlock the full Defenders team, you'll be okay. Not a single thing in this game, you'll be like, shucks, if only. Because nothing is based around having the Defenders. It's based around having the characters that are the Defenders at a certain level. And the amount of time it takes to get them to that level, the amount of effort it takes to get them to the level, you're still just better off working on better characters overall than starting with one team. And that hasn't always been true, but it's 100% true now. You ran a Brotherhood on defense yesterday? That's awesome. Did you open your DD2 rewards? I didn't finish DD2. In the second to last node of DD2, on my free-to-play... Oh, my rewards. I closed that. Sorry, guys. I will open those now, actually. Thank you for reminding me, though. On my second to last... So just for those joining in, on my second to last node of DD2, they killed Minerva, and then they killed Star-Lord. So I finished the node, and they did it with like 10, 11 characters left. So I finished the node with Hela, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Carnage, and I went into the Ultron node, the last node, with the intent of doing enough damage so Ultron doesn't start at full health. It's same time as 8 o'clock tomorrow, but my normal stream is going to be around like 2 or 3. Once I figure out the exact time that makes the most sense for me to go live, that's what's the new stream schedule is going to be like. Sorry, I'm speech impediment. It's because I'm looking at all this meat I haven't eaten yet. So I 3-star all the recurring events? Yeah, at least. I think I'm actually doing a little bit better on the Merc event just because of how time went on. But I'm also not going... Said OBS disconnected. Sorry, guys. Would you recommend a low Mr. Sinister for Gear Tier 3D3 Wubble? Yeah. Doesn't matter, he's gonna die. Hey, you're 7-star, 7 red star Mr. Sinister, and you're a 3-star, 3 red Mr. Sinister, still dying in 1 or 2 hits. Doesn't matter. It's about what they can do before they die. That's all DD3 is. So let's open these DD3 rewards. First of all, so I don't want to open the red stars yet because I don't want red stars on Anti-Venom. Another 6-star legendary unlock? Yes. I also know that they have... I heard a rumor that Symbiote Spider-Man was in Milestone Orbs, but I haven't seen him on this account, so... Alright, we got 3 Mega Orbs. Let's see what we got, guys. First one. Okay. All Mantis. Mean. Second one. No, one's not bad. Third one. These weren't bad. These are pretty good Mega Orbs. Give me that Corvus. Put him right next to my Proxima. Put him right next to my Proxima. All symbiotes are 3%. All symbiotes are 3% rate right now? Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm opening some red stars. Get that arena character. To be fair, the only person I'm farming in arena on this account right now is like, not M'Baku, sorry, Mordo. I would double check before opening. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This ain't my account. I just want that person to complain. Like the person I give the account to. They're like, yay, that's not fair. Okay. Don't take your free account. Useless. He's a terrible starter character. He's terrible. It's like getting a Heimdall early. You're like, yay, Heimdall. They chose the actor from the Doctor Strange movie as the model for Mordo. They do tend to lean on MCU stuff for this. So, don't care. Can I farm her? No, I haven't gotten that far yet. Yeah, keep in mind, like, so what am I missing, right? Graviton, Sinister. I haven't farmed these guys. Like, I don't really care for them that much. So, Ultimus, useless. Nick Fury, one day. Black Bolt, next pass. Magneto, next pass. And then pretty much everybody else is like, whatever. No, the day I finished, I'm doing the last thing tomorrow. Friday, we're doing the epilogue. The end of the end of the account stream. It'll be the last YouTube video that I do live on YouTube until the next account starts. And then I'm giving the account away. Someone else will have this account. Defenseless roster review Friday? Yeah. Should have slogged through the game with Nebula and other trash. Get out of here. Would you contemplate making a trash viable account? No. I mean, like, you gotta remember how much time goes into this, right? Like, regardless of what's happening, I still have to play this every day. And I don't have the luxury of, like, playing on my phone like I do my main account. Next series is called Aimless? No, because I'm probably buying that AIM offer. Have you seen that AIM offer? It's amazing. Like, are you crazy to not buy that AIM offer? I'm absolutely buying that AIM offer. 20 bucks for I'll probably buy the AIM offer and the Guardians offer on day one, and then on the first month, And then the second month, I'll buy the Sinister Six offer. And then, like, by the third month, I'll have all the characters at 5-star. AIM will be at 3-star, never farmed. Like, never farmed. I'm doing another account after this, yeah. I just wanted to show up. So, like, whoever gets this account has any option they want. Like, if they decide they want to work on a team, so show us how much you need to pump up defenders, why would I do that? What's the challenge for next account? That's kind of why I'm waiting till next year, because I have it on good authority that obviously completing Dark Dimension 2 is not hard, right? It's, for the most part, you could do it for like $100 over 6 months without thinking about it. Or 8 months with focusing on it. Yeah, like, saying show us how you need to pump up the defenders is the exact same thing as saying show us how strong the Ravagers have to be. There's no value in showing you why a dogshit team is dogshit. The only value is getting to be like, neener, I was right and you were wrong, and I don't need to know that I was right when I already know I'm right. Like, I don't need to prove it, so, like, the defenders just aren't good. What about raffle off and have that be your spending limit? Nope, because I can't charge for the account. The second account, though, I don't intend on giving away. The secondary account. That account is not a race. That account's going to be around for a little bit longer. But as a result, because I'm spending money, it's going to be a little different. Bro, what to do after completing DD2? War, baby. Once you complete DD2, it's time to war. You work on characters that make you good in war offense, and then you start progressing towards, you know, U7. You start progressing towards Dark Dimension. You make sure all your legendaries are unlocked. War. Dark Dimension 2 is step 1, step 2 is war. I'm doing okay in war on my free-to-play account, and I'm telling you, I'm not doing anywhere near. So, for the spender account, my goal is obviously a faster Ultron clear. But also, like, it might be, you know, something that's a little bit more accurate to what the true end game looks like. The end result is, and this is true, it's still going to take me roughly the same amount of time. If I'm spending money, I'll be 75. If I spent money on the stuff in the game, I'd be 75 right now. Maybe, like, I'd be at level cap. Ultron plus all legendaries? Well, there's some, like... No, you'll see. You guys will see. Trust me, you'll know. You'll know. What are the top 3 war teams you recommend using? X-Force, Supernatural, Fantastic Four. You can probably beat most teams with those guys. Outside of that, you audible into, like, power armor and stuff like that. Casual spending? Yeah. 120 days to unlock Ultron? Yeah. 5 months playing, all legendaries covered, but Doc Ock, should I worry? No, you seem to be doing okay, Humberto. Seem to be doing all right. Like, the hardest part, and I'm going to call this soon, but the hardest part of this series is not spending money. Because I know certain times, and obviously, like, $1.99 for 50 shard character offers. Or, let's be real. Where's Drax? There were points in the game where I could have just bought this for 30 bucks. Or, obviously this pack, but, like, for 30 bucks. The trash starting with the aim strat. What do we do? What do we roast next season? Well, which is funny, because I will be starting with AIM. I will be spending $20 and buying that AIM team. And that is literally all I will be doing with AIM. Because AIM, the problem with AIM is that you can't get them fast enough. You can't. For $20, you could be fine. And AIM will be immediately replaced the second I get Star-Lord, as is tradition, because it's still the right way to play. But I'll be getting Star-Lord, and I will be getting all the legendaries on at the line. And I might be able to spend money to get a legendary earlier than somebody else, you know? It's the best ISOs for Scream and AV. AV gets Striker, Scream, Skirmisher's okay. That's pretty much it. Skirmisher's okay. I've seen a couple healers on Scream, but that's not. She ain't got no health. People put healer on Scream because of her 5% passive, but that's stupid. She doesn't matter. That's pretty much it. Roast as Guardian start? No, because there's still no better start than to work on Star-Lord. There just isn't. If you're spending money, you could buy better things and still get Star-Lord. If you're willing to spend money in the game, you still aren't buying to make one team. You're buying to make more valuable teams. Will the Ant-Man Wasp event be coming back? Interesting question. To my knowledge, yes. But I don't know when. How do you think ISOs will change the start of the game? You can't use ISOs until you're, what, level 50? 40? How do you think ISOs will start the game? I'm going to start every single character with, Healer or Fortifier, because that's all the stuff that matters in the game. Beast ISO for X-Men? I don't know. I don't use Beast with my X-Men. I would assume, Skirmisher. But 55? Okay. It's not going to change anything from the start of the game. Same reason why, Graviton, you can't have Graviton at the start of the game. You legitimately cannot unlock Graviton within the first 60 days of playing the game. Impossible. It's impossible. You cannot get to war, earn enough war credits, unless you're being carried. But if you're being carried, your experience is not like the others. Unless you buy that recent offer. Yeah. That offer is great, though, by the way. That offer is awesome. I bought it on my main account. All right. My credit card yeah, your credit card disagrees. Yeah. We'll be buying SSM first thing? No, because SSM is $70. Who would you drop for X-Men? I don't understand the question, Hostile Target. Please rephrase it. Because the X-Men team doesn't exist without Phoenix, so what is this team you're talking about? That's like asking me who would I drop in the Brotherhood without Magneto. Well, there's no Brotherhood without Magneto, so that I don't understand. I did Gravity early because of Blitz. Oh, you got a Blitz room? That's fair. Colossus, Cyclops, Wolvie, Storm. That's not a team. Team does nothing. Need Phoenix. Beast is underrated. Beast is rated exactly where he should be. Beast, I don't think he's underrated at all. To answer your question legitimately, though, you can go ahead and cut Storm off that team. You want Psylocke there to give a little bit of sustainability. And earlier in the game, you want Phoenix next to Colossus. Later, you want her away from Colossus. Yeah, I don't think Beast is underrated at all. Who do I replace Black Bolt and Yo-Yo in my human team? Don't be mean. Don't be mean. I know I'm kind of an asshole, but that's my charm. Anyway, this is my main account? Oh no, I won't. Wait, why did I put... I think I have more tier 3s in my free-to-play Drax than I do in my main account Drax. That's crazy. All right, so that's it for this, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, tomorrow is the finale. It won't be a long video. It'll just be me getting the Ultron node. I might have to restart it a couple times, but... yeah, tomorrow's going to be the end. I will do pretty much everything that I can at the end of it to kind of talk about why I'm, where I am, if I'm happy about it, what I would do differently. But a lot of it's going to be saved for what I call epilogue. Epilogue is somewhat worth talking about because you unlock Phoenix much later than the other unlocks. That's absolutely and fundamentally untrue because you just don't use bad characters. It's not worth talking about where do I use bad characters without a full team. Where do I use Quake until I have Inhumans? You don't. Can't end it? No, it's ending now. He's using them for Wits or War Team. Cheers. Hopefully I could be of assistance. And again, I'm not done on YouTube. This account is just coming to an end. The finale will be part 3 tomorrow, and then we'll have epilogue where I'll talk in detail, give myself a roster view, that kind of thing, and criticize myself and see what I should be working on in the future, and that kind of thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. You now get to see what happens now when I end my videos, because I have the ability now, because someone taught me, thanks Valley, how to do this. But I get to say have a good night, have a great day. I've been Tony Scungili, and thanks for watching.